Chase.
Hey Daniel,
Hi.
the battle you had tonight with Jared Allen, both you guys had really good games. Just kind of how would you describe the back and forth between you guys all night?
Just a real good game on both ends. He's great at what he does, and trying to be as great as I can be at what I do. And it was just, the battle of the best tonight. He came down and he was being dominant in every area, in every aspect, especially on the defensive end and on the offensive end as well. I just had to step up to the plate and just really accept the challenge because Jared Allen, he's an elite athlete. So I had to kind of step up my physicality and my athleticism, basically everything to just, withstand playing a guy like him. He's a great player.
And the Wizards are now 10-1 in games that you play. What can you say about how things have clicked? And coming from an organization that was trying to build something in Chicago to all of a sudden immediately winning with this team, what's that been like?
We just playing and having fun right now. Just coming in and having as much energy as I possibly can, keeping guys up and whatnot. We just, one big happy family at this point, trying to stay together and trying to stay locked in as a team to where we can withstand late game situations like we just did tonight. Just coming out, playing hard, playing together and having each other's backs. That's the main thing. Just basically communicating with each other on the defensive end, doing everything we can to succeed on the offensive end as well. So we're just playing as a team at this point.
Matt.
Hey, Daniel. This is the Wizards' longest winning streak in 20 years. I know you're 22, so do you have any memory of Michael Jordan playing for the Wizards or anything like that? Either watching him just on highlights or anything like that?
No, I don't actually. Wait, no, I do have a faint memory of it. I seen like certain plays and whatnot of him, being with the Wizards. I just really don't, fully remember how long he was with them. But I have a faint memory of him being with, the Wizards and stuff. So yeah, I got a good memory of it. I had to kind of think back,
And then just what do you make of kind of the history of it all, of that this is the longest win streak in 20 years?
We're just coming out and playing. I would say, the history with it, I really can't even explain it because we're just coming out of playing basketball. We're just doing the things that we want to do to basically really just make this playoff run, make this playoff berth that we want to really have, and just playing teams like how Michael Jordan was playing with the Wizards and whatnot. They had that winning streak. We're just basically trying to do the same thing, come out and play basketball every night, have energy, do everything the right way that helps us come out on top with a win.
Thank you.
Fred.
Hey, Daniel. How you doing?
Good.
I'm curious because you kind of came to the team when things were obviously so much lower than they are now. And you have a different perspective because you came middle of the year. Have you noticed a change in attitude or culture or anything like that since you guys got there, just with all the winning that you guys have done? How would you say that that's evolved over the last month?
I love the atmosphere here. When I got here, I was welcome with open hands, open arms, however you want to put it. But just really, I feel like everything is the same. We just, doing it at I would say, better stint than what it was being done before I even got here. Just coming in and having energy, just being that one loud guy. It changes a lot. I wouldn't say everything has changed because of me. That's me being selfish because, guys change on their own. Guys come in and they do their work and they perfect their craft to where they can be able to come out on the floor and dominate it. So, I wouldn't say it's changed. Guys are just coming in and just, working their butts off to be able to come out and just be able to play the game of basketball,
Cool. Thanks, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Rochelle.
Hey, Daniel, great win tonight. What do you make of, the bench coming in? You guys were able to outscore their bench 51 points to 14 points with so many different lineups. What is it that the bench players or people coming off the bench kind of say to kind of keep you guys, always ready to just go in there and, fully assert yourself where needed?
Just basically having a mindset of staying ready. You never know when your number's called, whether you're playing consecutive minutes or if you're not playing consecutive minutes. Your number's always going to be called at some point in time. Just basically coming out with the mindset to just, play and do everything that the guys that are out there doing, do it better, or just bring energy off the bench, or, just come in and, go out there like their best ball handler out on the floor. Just any aspect of just being ready, just having the mindset of just coming out with energy and being ready, being able to talk on defense, being able to be good on offense, certain things like that. So the bench, we, really just did our thing tonight, just coming off the bench, having energy, not really just, kind of like not being ready, just, being ready to just come out and dominate on the floor.
Christos?
Hello, Daniel. I'd like to ask you, tonight's game for you was the best game for you as a Wizard.
Oh, repeat that question.
Was that game against the Cavaliers tonight as your best game with the Wizard uniform?
I don't know. I mean, I done had a couple of good games here. I would say it's my best. I mean, I just came out and I had to really kind of like lock in in the last quarter, the time that I got subbed in after Robin kind of got hurt on the other end of the floor. Just basically just really coming in and just locking in. Finally, it was a pretty long game for me. It was a lot of stuff that wasn't going my way, and I was trying my best not to get aggravated. But this being my best game, I would say probably not. I think my best game was when we played Golden State, because that was my first triple-double. I mean, not triple-double. Jesus Christ. Oh, my goodness. That was my first double-double. So, I would say that would kind of be my best game because of that. I've always been close to having a double-double, but I just never, really just pushed myself to the limit to be able to get that last rebound or that last bucket. But that night I got it. So I would say that was my best game. But tonight was one of my better games for sure, because as you can see, last game we played OKC. I mean, I really wasn't as good as you guys see me on the floor. But yeah.
And what kind of boost for you as a team is the eight straight wins?
I mean, it's a big boost, but I mean, we can't really just let that kind of like get to us right now. We can celebrate that tonight, for sure. We got 10 wins in a row, but we got to come out tomorrow to be ready to play the Spurs, because I mean, that's a great team too. These are NBA teams. You can't just come out and be like, oh, we got 10 wins, it's going to be an easy game. No, it's not. We got to come out every day, fight. It's good to have this streak going for sure, but we got to have the mindset to lock in and keep it rolling.
Thank you.
Matt, did you have another question?
No,
No.
sorry.
Then I think that's it. Thank you, Daniel.
All right. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
I came on my calf, was very tight. I feel like my shin was hurting too. My whole left leg was in pain when I was on the ground, but the kind of adrenaline calmed down a little bit. It's still a little tight now, but I feel better. I'll see how I feel in the morning.
And I'm sure you've heard by now, but 8 straight for you guys. It's the first time in 20 years Michael Jordan's on the team. You're one win away from tying the franchise record. Just what's it like to be a part of this right now?
It's a blessing. It's an honor for sure. But we don't pat ourselves on the back or anything like that, because we still got a work cut out. Tonight was probably, out of all of our last 8 or 9, was probably one of our not so good nights. And granted, we duked it out and won, but we had a lot of mental lapses and defensive lapses that we shouldn't have had tonight. And we damn sure can't have them tomorrow against a good team like the Spurs. So, it means a lot to be, a part of history and to be in this position. But, looking in hindsight and looking ahead of what we're trying to accomplish, we still got a lot of things to improve on in a short amount of time.
Fred?
Brad, I know you guys were all very positive to us really throughout the season, independent of what your record was. Looking back on it now, though, is the locker room, is the spirit of the team in any different condition now than it was in, say, February or March, or even heading into April?
Yeah, I mean, we're happy we win it. I mean, it's a lot different than being mad. We're frustrated, and guys just wanting to do well. I always remember myself saying it. Like, it's not like we have guys who are just out here trying to do their own thing or trying to figure it out on their own. Like, we collectively are frustrated. We're collectively wanting to be better. We collectively want to contribute to winning. And, like I always continue to preach, it's starting to just click for us and come full circle. So It's a testament to us just sticking it out and staying true to who we are, finding our identity throughout the year and staying with it.
And what would you say is the most important part of your handle? I should say the improvement in your handle over the last 5 years or so.
My confidence. Like I can sit here, Fred. I don't do ball handling drills. I don't sit here and work with the tennis ball, dribble 2 balls. I do none of that. Like I work on actual moves I'm going to do in the game. And honestly, I try a lot of shit that works sometimes. God bless me with some talent that sometimes I just go out and do stuff and it works. But more than likely, it's just my confidence. I really believe nobody can take the ball. I believe I can get anywhere I want to, and that's just playing the game, getting reps at it, and knowing what kind of shots you want and how you want to create for your team, and just kind of finding ways to kind of manipulate the game. And I'm starting to do that.
Matt?
Hey, Brad, following up on the 20 years thing, when you were a kid, do you remember Jordan playing on the Wizards? Like, do you have actual memories of that?
The only Jordan memory I have with him on the Wizards is when he blocked a shot with 2 hands and just grabbed it off the glass. That's the only memory I have with him on the Wizards. I hated he came back and played because I always wanted him to be, no offense, DC, I always wanted him to be a Bull for life.
And then so what do you just kind of make of, like, I know you call it special, but like what you guys have been able to do, or I guess you appreciate the length of it all. I mean, you were 8 years old when, 20 years ago.
Yes and no, because I've been here 9 years now, and we haven't put a streak like that together. So, in that realm, I'm a little frustrated by that because we've had some really good teams here. But at the same time, it's just staying with it and seeing where we are now versus the beginning of the year. A lot of teams basically counted us out and said we wouldn't be too much of nothing. So, it means even much more to know we're duking it out and getting it done this way.
Also, just following up on the block thing real quick, were you in like your living room at home, or where were you? Do you remember?
I couldn't even tell you if I wanted to. I don't even know what year that was. I mean, you said it was 20 years ago, so obviously do the math. But I couldn't tell you. No, I was like, that's crazy. Still has bounce. So,
Kelsey?
Hey, Brad. This is a question about Darius Garland. Just being in his second year and your relationship with him. How have you just seen him grow this year? I know this is the first game that you guys played against the Cavs, but just what have you seen from him just growing in this league so far?
Well, I've had the pleasure of coaching him in AAU when he was 15 through 17. And, I always say, ever since I told him he was a pro then. And it's amazing now to play against him and to see his growth. And his second year is just all about confidence and just being comfortable. I always told him his first year is just a year about learning, trying to figure out, what your marking in the league is going to be. And he's done that. He's going to be a tremendous guard in this league for many of years. I'm a huge fan of him. And he's starting to figure it out. His change. I love his change of pace. I think he has one of the best change of pace games, probably in the league. And he's always in attack mode. He's a true point that can score and shoot it. I'm always going to be a little biased, but he's a special talent for sure. I'm excited to see his growth, and he's in a tough situation, but he's confident in what he's doing, and he's helped that team make strides. So I'm definitely rooting for him.
David?
Brad, anytime anybody says they feel like they got kicked, first thing you think about is Achilles. Have they ruled that out?
Yes. Achilles is good.
Okay.
It was just my calf, and appreciate that. That's a good question. Because everything's good. See how I feel in the morning. I'm able to move and walk. Feels calmed down a lot more after the game, so that's a good sign.
And also, what do you think is sustainable from this run?
Honestly, I believe it's our defense and our approach to the game. We're not getting tired of doing the same things that got us here. And that's defending, that's toughness, That's rebounding. Tonight I think we had a lot of those lapses that we can't have, but it just shows our character and our maturity of just being able to close it out in the fourth. At the beginning of the year we probably wouldn't have been able to do that, and so it's definitely us finding our identity. I don't know when we did, but once we started defending, and getting out in transition and moving the ball and just really just having fun, honestly, I think that's when it all just kind of came full circle for us, and it's been working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you.
Neil?
Hey, Brad. Less about tonight's game, but more just your season overall. I know you've done a lot of work on your core muscles, coming into previous offseason, coming into this year. Where have you felt that that's helped and improved your game? What aspects of your game, whether it's offense or defense, have you felt that it's helped you the most?
Just overall, the overall game. I mean, there's nothing I do specifically that, points to either end. It's just, to me, it's a matter of my balance and keeping my center of gravity where it needs to be. And I'm big on balance. So, core plays a big part in that as well. So, I don't know. It's very beneficial, especially driving to the basket, being able to stop and go and cut and kind of maneuver in the air the way I do. So it's a lot of time it's a weird. I've never paid attention to when I use my core in the game, but it's definitely important. So
Thanks, Brad. Hope you feel good tomorrow.
thank you.
Christos?
Hey, Brad, congratulations on the win. What kind of boost do you get from the 8 straight wins so far in the season? And do you think that with your performances and your wins, you earned the respect of the whole league?
I think the league is starting to pay attention to it. I hope teams respect us when we play because we respect them. But I mean, we control what we can control, and we just go out and try to win. That's our biggest and main focus and goal. We take it a day at a time. Like I said before, we play every other day. So our rest days, we focus on getting rest, recovery, getting better that day if that's where our mind is. But if not, we get our rest and come in ready to go for the next game. And so they don't stop, and we're playing at a confident level right now. And to win 10, out of however many we won, or 9 or whatever it is, it feels good. We're confident. Hopefully the league notices, but we don't really care about that.
And how good for your team is to see players like Daniel Gafford, Robin Lopez, and the other bench players to make a step up?
It's just all about taking advantage of opportunities. We traded for Gaff, and Gaff, I mean, they probably played 2 bigs in front of him, and he comes over here and he's getting minutes that he probably hasn't had before, and he's making the most of it. Alex Lynn, same thing. Rolo, probably the same thing. And it's just a matter of our guys just taking advantage of opportunities they're given and going out and competing. We need everybody, every single night. And I think that's just been our biggest growth and mindset is that, it's going to take all 15 for us to win, and we're going to do it on the defensive end collectively.
I forget what it said. Last question to Jay Rochelle.
Hey, Brad, congrats on the win tonight. You kind of alluded to what I was going to be asking you, but you guys' bench was able to outscore the Cavs tonight 51-14. I know you mentioned, identity and playing with a lot of confidence. How much do you contribute, the bench's effort to, things that are being said and the confidence you guys are playing with right now? Every man essentially has to be ready no matter what position, if they're coming off the bench or starting.
Oh, for sure. Everybody has to be ready. Granted, we don't want to see guys hurt. But Denny's out and Rui's out. Those are 2 starters for us. So those are a lot of minutes. 20 to 30 minutes up for grabs. And so that just gives Garrison and Hutch and Ish, Aul, and then the bigs just more opportunities. To be able to go out and compete. It's actually letting coach being able to kind of manipulate some lineups too, figure out what we can use and what works, what doesn't. So. It's been great. We need our bench. Like I said, it's 1 through 15. We need everybody every single night. Bertans is shooting the clip off the ball. So it's we need everybody, and we're confident right now. We continue to uplift each other, and that's been the beauty of it.
That's it. Thank you, Brad.
That'd be easy.
Which would be fine either way.